Florian, it's a pleasure to speak with you, and you are involved in some awesome fight scenes. I was really curious. I know you have a boxing background. How's that really helped you with picking up fight choreography?
Well, it helps a lot because you don't have to, teach me the basics anymore. I know exactly how to move. I know exactly how to place my feet and how to, you know, actually place my feet to place the punches. I know all the angles. And that's basically what I did my entire life. So that was easy. The problem was more that that was not a boxing movie, and it was a lot more to that than just a box. This was an MMA inspired movie. So I had to adapt. I had to learn a lot of things. Also, the focus was just on the right arm, on the weapon, on the blade, which meant that we basically don't use my left hand, and that was like the biggest change because I have an orthodox stance, and I'm used to jab a lot. I'm used to use my left hand a lot. So all those kind of things played into it, and it was a tough learning process. Yeah, but I think in the end of the day, we nailed it, and we had some great fighting scenes in it.
You mentioned the giant blade that you're using, and Razor Fist just looks so badass in the movie. How happy were you with just how you looked in the finished product? Because it just looks awesome.
So yeah, I mean, the first time I saw myself with that blade was, pretty fucking cool. I mean, that was amazing because the whole time you have like that green glove on your arm, and you don't really know how it will look like, because it's CGI, and you kind of have to wait until you see the end product. But once you see it, there's like, I mean, I said it before in other interviews, and I have to say it again. Like in general, this is a childhood dream that became reality. I always wanted to be. I was a huge comic book fan when I was a kid. I still am. Now I'm part of that Marvel universe, and then actually seeing myself on the big screen with that cool weapon was simply amazing. And I can't wait for more.
Yeah, and as you said, now you're part of the MCU, and the fan reaction has been so great. Can you just talk about, you know, being embraced by the fans of, the biggest movie franchise out there?
I mean, it's always great to have a reception like that, and I feel like, um, especially coming into this project, we all were a little bit more nervous maybe because this was the first Asian superhero of the MCU. So I feel like there was a lot of pressure, on delivering. Like everyone wanted to show off and go big on this one, and everyone wanted to bring 100% and even beyond that. And I feel like if you put so much work into a project like that, and I'm talking not only about the cast, but I'm talking about the whole team, everyone who was involved, and then the reception is so positive, that's like Christmas and birthday together. That's what you wanna have. That's what you want to see and what you want to hear in the end of the day. So we're all very thankful and happy. We all, very grateful that the people like it so much, and we all can't wait to go for the next one.
You mentioned being a big comic fan, and Razor Fist might
Yeah.
not be the biggest character, but he does have a very interesting past. What does it mean for you to be the person that gets to introduce this very rich character to a larger audience?
I mean, yeah, that's a huge feeling. I feel like, I compare it a lot to the feeling Simu has or must have. He is the one who's introducing a superhero to the Asian community and to the whole world. And I feel like it's a lot cooler for me to play a character that has never been seen or played before in movies, because nobody compares you, to anyone. You can make this character really your own and bring your own stuff to the table, add your own stuff, even put some of your own personality to their character or give to their character. And I mean, you said before, it's maybe not one of the biggest characters, but that's why I'm here, right? let's make it one of the biggest characters. So we'll see what happens.
Awesome. And you mentioned the different how the fights compared to Creed 2, but Marvel can be very secretive. How was it working on this Marvel film compared to your past experiences? Did anything surprise you?
Well, the surprising factor was, in Creed, in and you have to see it like in general. Creed was like a real life movie, even though it's boxing and fighting, but that's part of real life as well. This time around, with a lot of CGI, it was a lot more imagination. It was a lot more creating a movie or pictures in front of your own eyes, and in your own head. I always remember, when we were in that final battle, and those soul suckers, those little demons, they come out of that gate of hell. Obviously, they weren't there, but we had to create them somehow. Every one of us, we had to create them. We all gave them a certain look, whatever we did, and that was new, but that was also the fun part. I mean, if I remember being a child playing on the playground with my buddies, that's what we did, So it was basically being a little kid again, but now I'm getting paid for it. So that was awesome.
So we don't see a ton of Razor Fist's backstory in the film, but do you think we're going to explore that in the future? What do you view as why he picked up this? I mean, obviously the blade's just cool, so it does. I don't think you have to really be sold on that. Why do you think he got that blade?
So now that Shang-Chi is coming out on Disney Plus, and I think like 2 weeks later, they will release the Blu-ray and the DVD. We'll see a lot of the bonus material, a lot of the deleted scenes, and yeah, there was a lot more of Razor Fist in the original script, but obviously not all the scenes can make it, and it was very important that this is, an origin story about the lead hero. That was the most important part, to introduce him. That's why we didn't have too much room to show all the other background stories. You will get a cool glimpse, a bigger glimpse of what, where Razor Fist comes from and what he's really all about in those deleted scenes. And I can't wait for people to see that. But with that hand, I mean, coming into a project, you talk a lot with the director, and you as an actor, you want to know as much as possible about the character. So I can't say nothing about that. We have to wait and see what will happen in the future. But all I can say is that there's a lot more to tell, and there's a lot of cool background stories around Razor Fist, and a lot more layers to peel off with that character. So
Great,
be excited about it, because I am.
great. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, my brother.